Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevyam Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhagavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 14, Lord Chaitanya's childhood pastimes. Text 23 onwards. Tabe kata dine kela pada chankramana Shishu gane mili kaila vividha kela. After some days, the Lord began to move his legs and walk. He mixed with other children and exhibited various sports. Eka din shachi khai sandesh aniya bata bhari diya vaila khauta basiya. One day, while the Lord was enjoying his playful sports with other little children, Mother Shachi brought a dish filled with fused rice and sweetmeats and asked the child to sit down and eat them. Etabali gela Shachi griha karma karite lukaya lagila shishu mritika khaite. But when she returned to her household duties, the child hid from his mother and began to eat dirt. Dekhi Shachi dhaya ila kari hai hai, mati kari alaya kahe, mati kene khae. Seeing this, Mother Shachi hastily returned and exclaimed, "What is this? What is this?" She snatched the dirt from the hands of the Lord and inquired why was he eating it. Kandiya balen shishu kene kare rosha, tumi mati khaite dele mora ki badosha. Crying, the child inquired from his mother, "Why are you angry? You have already given me dirt to eat. What is my fault?" Khaya sandesha anna yate mati ravikara, eho mati seha mati ki bheda vichara. Fused rice, sweetmeats, and all other eatables are but transformations of dirt. This is dirt, that is dirt. Please consider what's the difference between them. So if Nimai or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing some pastime, there has to be some deep meaning behind it. So he's saying, "You've given me dirt." Means the rice that you give and the mithai that you give for me to eat, it's all transformations of dirt. So if I just eat dirt, what's the problem? So this is basically, this is what Mayavadis say. Everything is God, everybody is God. So we just worship Daritri Narayan as God and we are worshipping God. That means we would know God is God. Everything is transformation of his energy, but everything is not God. It's a nice example. If somebody says, "Yeah, everything is God," okay, you eat dirt. Everything comes from dirt, right? So you eat dirt. No, for eating they need all nice, wonderful preparations. But then they say everything is God. Mati deha mati bhaksha dekha avichari avichare deha dosh ki balite pari. This body is a transformation of dirt, and the eatables are also a transformation of dirt. Please reflect upon this. You're blaming me without consideration. What can I say? So this is an explanation of the Mayavad philosophy, which takes everything to be one. The necessities of the body, namely eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, are all unnecessary in spiritual life. When one is elevated to the spiritual platform, there are no more bodily necessities. And in activities pertaining to the bodily necessities, there are no spiritual considerations. In other words, the more we eat, sleep, have sex, and try to defend ourselves, the more we engage in material activities. Unfortunately, Mayavadi philosophers consider devotional activities to be bodily activities. They cannot understand the simple explanation in the Bhagavad Gita. Mam cha yo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samthitiyatan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Anyone who engages in spiritual devotional service without motivation, rendering such service for the satisfaction of the Lord, is elevated immediately to the spiritual platform, and all his activities are spiritual. Brahma Bhuyaya refers to Brahman or spiritual activities. Although Mayavadi philosophers are very eager to merge into the Brahman effulgence, they have no Brahman or spiritual activities. To a certain extent, they recommend Brahman activities, which for them means engagement in studying the Vedanta and Sankhya philosophies. But their interpretations are but dry speculation. Lacking the varieties of spiritual activity, they cannot stay for long on that platform of simply studying Vedanta or Sankhya philosophy. So this is what they have no other activity, spiritual activity, except studying Vedanta and Sankhya philosophy. So, as I said, whenever this Mayavad, some shloka comes, Prabhupada gives long purport. Life is meant for varieties of enjoyment. The living entity is by nature full of an enjoying spirit, as stated in Vedanta Sutra, Anandamayo Abhyasat. In devotional service, the activities are variegated and full of enjoyment. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, all devotional activities are easy to perform, susukham kartum, and are eternal and spiritual, avyayam. Since Mayavadi philosophers cannot understand this, they take it for granted that a devotee's activities, Shravanam, Kirtanam, etc., are all material and are therefore Maya. They also consider Krishna's advent in this universe and his activities to be Maya. Therefore, because they consider everything Maya, they are known as Mayavadis. Actually, any activities performed favorably for the satisfaction of the Lord under the direction of the spiritual master are spiritual. But for a person to disregard the order of the spiritual master and act by concoction, accepting his nonsensical activities to be spiritual, is Maya. One must achieve the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the mercy of the spiritual master. Therefore, one must first please the spiritual master, and if he's pleased, then we should understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is also pleased. So this is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, that Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasad. Activities that please the spiritual master must be considered spiritual, and they should be accepted as satisfying to the Lord. So, coming back to the shloka, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a supreme spiritual master, instructed his mother about the Mayavad philosophy. By saying that the body is dirt and eatables are also dirt, he implied that everything is Maya. This is Mayavad philosophy. The philosophy of Mayavadis is defective because it maintains that everything is Maya, but the nonsense they speak. While saying that everything is Maya, the Mayavadi philosopher loses the opportunity of devotional service, and therefore his life is doomed. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore advised, Mayavadi bhashya sunile hoy sarvanash. If one accepts the Mayavadi philosophy, his advancement is doomed forever. So he cannot make any spiritual advancement. May look like, but he's not. Antare vismita shachi balilata hare, mati khaite jnana yoga, keshi khaile tore. Astonished that the child was speaking Mayavad philosophy, Mother Shachi replied, who has taught you this philosophical speculation that justifies eating dirt? So in the philosophical discourse between mother and the son, when the son said that everything is one, as impulsives say, the mother replied, if everything is one, why do people in general not eat dirt, but eat the food grains produced from the dirt? Matira vikar an khaile deha pushti hai, mati khaile rog hai, dehaya iksha hai. Replying to the Mayavad idea of the child philosopher, Mother Shachi said, my dear boy, if we eat earth transformed into grain, our body is nourished and it becomes strong. But if we eat dirt in its crude state, the body becomes diseased instead of nourished, and thus it is destroyed. Matir vikar ghate pani bhari ani, mati pinde dhari jabe shoshiyai pa. In a water pot, which is a transformation of dirt, I can bring water very easily. But if I poured water on a lump of dirt, the lump would soak up the water and my labor would be useless. So, another example she gives. So, water pot is nothing but dirt. It's a transformation of dirt. But one can carry water in it. But we cannot carry water in if it's a lump of dirt. This simple philosophy propounded by Shachimata, even though she is a woman, she can defeat the Mayavadi philosophers who speculate on oneness. The defect of Mayavad philosophy is that it does not accept a variety that is useful for practical purposes. Shachimata gave the example that although an earthen pot and a lump of dirt are basically one for practical purposes, the water pot is useful, whereas a lump of dirt is useless. Yes, useless for carrying water. It has its own use, but not for this way. Sometimes scientists argue that matter and spirit are one, with no difference between them. Factually, in a higher sense, there is no difference between matter and spirit. But one should have the practical knowledge that matter, being an inferior state of existence, is useless for our spiritual, blissful life, whereas spirit, being a finer state, is full of bliss. In this connection, the Bhagavatam gives the example that dirt and fire are practically one and the same. From the earth grow trees, and from their wood come fire and smoke. Nevertheless, for heat, we can utilize the fire, but not the earth, smoke, or wood. Therefore, for the ultimate realization of the goal of life, we are concerned with the fire of the spirit, not the dull wood or earth of matter. So, although everything grows from earth, but everything has a different utilization. But Mayavadi say everything is one. So that is where the problem is. Atma lukaite prabhu bali lata hare, age kena iha mata na shikhale more. The Lord replied to his mother, why did you conceal self-realization by not teaching me this practical philosophy in the beginning? So if from the beginning of life one is taught the Vaishnava philosophy of duality or variety, the monastic philosophy will not bother him very much. In reality, everything is an emanation from the Supreme Source. The original energy is exhibited in varieties, exactly as a sunshine. The original energy emanating from the sun exhibits itself in variety as height, light, and heat. One cannot say that light is heat or that heat is light, yet one cannot separate one from the other. So in sunshine, there is light and there is heat, but they cannot be separated, but light is not heat and heat is not light. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is Achintya Bheda Veda, inconceivable, non-separation and distinction. Although there is an affinity between the two physical manifestations, light and heat, there is also a difference between them. Similarly, although the whole cosmic manifestation is the Lord's energy, the energy is nevertheless exhibited in varieties of manifestations. So that way, everything is one in the sense, yes, everything is coming from the Lord, but they all have different manifestations. Ebesa jalilar mati na khai, shuddha lage yabe tabe tomaras tan piliba. Now that I can understand this philosophy, no more shall I eat dirt. Whenever I'm hungry, I shall suck your breast and drink your breast milk. Ete bali jana niral kole te chadi stannapan kare prabhu ishata hasi. After saying this, the Lord, smiling slightly, climbed on the lap of his mother and sucked her breast. Ei mate nana chale aishwarya dekhai, balya bhava prakatiya pashat lukaya. Thus, under various excuses, the Lord exhibited his opulences as much as possible in his childhood. And later, after exhibiting such opulences, he hid himself. So just like Krishna also did with Mother Yashoda. Atithi viprera anna khaila tin bara, pacha gupte say vipre karila nistara. On one occasion, the Lord ate the food of a Brahmin guest 3 times, and later, in confidence, the Lord delivered that Brahmin from material engagement. Oh, this is also a wonderful pastime. Actually, Krishna also performed the same pastime. I believe that was Garg Muni in Krishna's pastime, and that Garg Muni became this Brahman in Mahaprabhu's pastime. The story of the deliverance of this Brahman is as follows. A Brahman who was touring all over the country, traveling from one place of pilgrimage to another, reached Navadvip and became a guest in the house of Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra gave him all ingredients for cooking, and the Brahman prepared his food. Because this Brahman, he came to Jagannath Mishra's house, and Jagannath Mishra, Shachi Mata, they all asked him to accept some prasadam. And the Brahman said, I have taken a vow that I eat only what I cook and offer to the Lord. Otherwise, I just eat fruits and sleep. So Jagannath Mishra, he said, well, this is not good that you're going to eat only fruits. So we're going to make arrangement for you to cook. So they, Jagannath Mishra, Sachimata, and who were neighbors, they all came and they cleansed the kitchen and cut up all the vegetables for the Brahman to cook. And the Brahman prepared his food. When the Brahman was offering the food to Lord Vishnu in meditation, child Nimai came before him and began to eat. And because of this, the Brahman thought the whole offering had been spoiled. So he cooked everything and he was offering to his, he had a deity of Laddu Gopal. So he was offering to his Laddu Gopal. And like we do also mantras when we do the offering. So Nimai came and he just sat on the altar of that Brahman and started eating. And Brahman opened his eyes and he said, hi, what is this? What kind of child is this? He has spoiled my offering. So Jagannath Mishra was very angry at the child, but the Brahman said, no, this is just a little child. Don't be angry, don't beat him up. Maybe it's the Lord's desire that I don't eat anything today. I'll just take some fruits and rest. But Jagannath Mishra thought, no, it's very embarrassing and it's not right thing. So why don't you cook again? And now you do the offering and we'll make sure this child does not come and spoil your offering. So the whole kitchen was cleansed again and again Brahman cooked. Therefore, by the request of Jagannath Mishra, he cooked for a second time. But when he was meditating, the child again came before him and began to eat the food. Again spoiling, so-called spoiling the offering. So this time, Jagannath Mishra, Shachimata, they were very careful with Nimai. So they just, this time, the neighborhood girls were called for, and they kept Nimai busy with them. They said, okay, we'll play with Nimai and you do the offering and the Brahman can eat. So Brahman, when again he prepared the offering, somehow Nimai came out of that room where the girls were sitting, and because of his Yog Maya, and girls or the ladies, they didn't notice Nimai was gone, and Nimai came and again ate the offering. And the Brahman, when he looked up and he saw Nimai eating, and he was, hi, what kind of child is he? He spoiled the offering again. What are you doing? And Jagannath Mishra was really, really angry. What kind of boy is this? He doesn't know the proper etiquettes of how to respect a Brahmin and how to respect the bhoga offering for the deities. And he was ready to hit him when Brahman stopped him. No, 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 don't. He's a little child. What does he know? And you, moreover, you're a respected Brahman. You're not supposed to hit little child. But again, everybody requested the Brahman, please make the offering and we'll do everything. They cleanse the kitchen. Brahman said, maybe it's not, but Krishna wants, so it's okay. It is not that every day I get food to eat. I just eat some fruits and that's it. I'll sleep. And moreover, it's late anyway. But by that time, Vishwarup came, the elder brother of Nimai. And Vishwarup came, and Vishwarup, very soberly, gentle, very attractive boy, he came and he requested the Brahman, please eat, we'll take care of Nimai. We'll make sure he doesn't spoil your offering. Looking at the beauty of Vishwarup and his charismatic nature, the Brahman agreed. So, Prabhupada said, by the request of Jagannath Mishra, the Brahman cooked for a third time. But this time they said, okay, Nimai, they locked him up in a room with Shachi Mata, and Shachi Mata said, okay, Nimai, just come, let's sleep. We both will sleep and let them do whatever they're doing. But again, when the Brahman was making the offering, he bowed down, was chanting mantras, making the offering to the Lord. So Nimai put Shachi Mata to sleep, opened the door, and came inside and started eating again. But by that time, everybody in the household was sleeping. So Brahman started, hi, what is this child? What kind of restless child is this? What to do? And Nimai then told him, okay, that Prabhupada has added that in his purport. By the request of Jagannath Mishra, the Brahman cooked for a third time. But for third time, the Lord came before him and began to eat the food. All the child had been locked within a room and everyone was sleeping because it was late at night. Thus thinking that on that day Lord Vishnu was not willing to accept his food and that he was therefore ordained to fast, the Brahman became greatly agitated and cried aloud, hi, what has been done? What has been done? And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the Brahman in that agitated state. He told him, formerly I was the son of Mother Yashoda. At that time also you became a guest in the house of Nanda Maharaj, and I disturbed you in this way. I am very much pleased by your devotion. Therefore, I am eating the food you have prepared. So whatever you're making the offering, I'm coming and accepting it. What's wrong with this? Understanding the favor offered to him by the Lord, the Brahman was greatly pleased and he was overwhelmed with love of Krishna. He was thankful to the Lord, for he himself felt greatly fortunate. Then the Lord asked a Brahman not to disclose the incident to anyone else. This pastime is very elaborately explained in Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda. So Nimai then told Brahman, okay, you know the truth, but don't reveal it to anybody now. And that the Brahman, now he has seen Krishna himself. So after that, like it was said, he used to roam around, right, in different forests. But after that, he never left Navdeep. He just stayed in Navdeep, and every day, for some reason or other, by some excuse or other, he would come and take darshan of Nimai at the house of Jagannath Mishra. And he would be thinking in his heart, I should let everybody know Supreme Lord is residing in your house. I should let Jagannath Mishra know. But then he would remember, Nimai had told him, do not reveal this secret to anybody. So he could not reveal. He had promised. But he would come every day to take darshan of little Nimai. So the way we want to serve him, this is how he accepts our service, and he reciprocates accordingly. This is the beauty of the Lord. Okay, I guess I can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have a question on Maya. So, can we say somewhere I heard in a pravachan that Maya has the same strength as Krishna. So, like because it is coming originating from Krishna. So, like we say, right? कि जो भी चीज कृष्णा से निकलती है वो चीज इक्वली स्ट्रांग होती है कृष्णा की तरह. And that is the very reason we cannot come out so easily from Maya.
तो
It
हम भी तो
takes
कृष्ण से ही
ages,
आए
it
हैं,
takes. जी.
हम भी तो
So,
कृष्ण से
so
ही आए
Prabhuji,
हैं.
can we say?
So can we say we are as strong as Krishna?
Prabhuji, I would say,
Maya is strong. Yes, Krishna himself said, Devi Hiresha Gunamai Mam Maya Duratyaya. But then he says, one who takes shelter of me, he overcomes it very easily. So Maya is not as strong as Krishna, but yes, very strong, but not as strong. Krishna is strong.
but Prabhuji वही चीज ना कि हम तो जूझेंगे ना. Like we are not that strong because हम compare कर ही नहीं सकते. Where मतलब वो तो Almighty हैं. And then on top of that कि माया जो है उनकी उसको ओवरकम करना भी बहुत चैलेंजिंग है. वो हो जाएगा जब शेल्टर में आएंगे तो कृष्णा के, तो देन आई थिंक वी कैन ओवरकम दैट.
So better not to mess with Maya, better take shelter of Krishna. That's the whole idea.
Second question, Prabhuji, that
Mhm.
is uh, um, that is on like some of the classes you said like bhakti का जो level है जैसे जैसे हम we start doing this thing, hearing, chanting, listening, all katha, and this way we can increase our bhakti. But there is always a chance of falling back, you know. जैसे जैसे कभी अगर हम inclination हो जाता है towards संसार मोह में, तो दैट टाइम वी अगेन फॉल बैक. तो ये टेंडेंसी प्रभु जी ऐसा कभी नहीं है कि यू कम टू अ लेवल ऑफ भक्ति फ्रॉम वेयर यू कैन नॉट गो बैक, यू कैन नॉट फॉल फ्रॉम दैट पोजीशन.
See, there are stages when we make advancement, right? It starts with Shraddha, then Sadhusang, Bhajan Kriya, Anartha Nivritti. So these Bhajan Kriya and Sadhusanga, they keep going. And this Anarthas is a problem, right? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. And slowly, slowly, Anarthas start to go away. Anarthas means to desire to enjoy in this material world. And these 6 ways we try to. So anarthas start to go away, and bhajan kriya is going on strongly. Sadhu sangha is going on strongly. Then we start developing some ruchi. It's not like all the anarthas are gone. Anarthas are still there, but ruchi starts to develop. Taste, then asakti, then bhav, then prem. Nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhav, and prem. It is said in Madhurya Kadamini, book by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, that at the stage of prema, then there is no fall down. Even at the stage of bhav, one can fall down. Just like examples are given. Bharat Maharaj, he was at the stage of bhav. Bil Mangal Thakur was at the stage of bhav. But they still they fell down. But of course, even the fall down is there. Fall down means some obstacle in the progress. But they pick up from wherever they left. This is the beauty of bhakti. So next life they picked up from wherever they left and they just completed it. Means attained perfection. And at the same time, we have to understand that it's not by my doing I'll get perfect. Only on by mercy of Krishna and Guru will get the perfection.
Yeah, very true, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Chalo. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.